For more on this, let's welcome in the CEO of VetCom and founder of House of Heroes. Kate Monroe's back with us. Also with us, former New York State Senator and Democratic strategist David Carlucci is here as well. Great to have you both.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Great to be with you.
All right, David, I wanted to get your perspective as a Democrat on Mike Johnson and what he is saying in relation to this bill.
Yeah, I mean, when I look at this, I see a speaker that's become more of a contrarian, someone that's looking for all the problems as opposed to how can we get it done. First, we're talking immigration, the border. Then we finally have Democrats coming to the table to get a bipartisan bill done. And Speaker Johnson says, no, we can't do it. There's an I missing on page 367, et cetera, finding an excuse. Then we have this national security bill moving forward. Bipartisan effort in the Senate. Speaker Johnson says, no, there's no border security. I mean, he's just looking for one excuse after the other. And the bottom line here is that Donald Trump has a vice grip on the GOP in Congress. Mike Johnson is afraid of his own shadow. He can't do anything. He is so afraid to do anything but blame the Democrats, like the impeachment of Mayorkas, that you just have dysfunction. And that's what's happening. And that's why Democrats and others have to find this obscure procedure in the books to have this discharge petition because Congress won't do its job. And that is squarely at the feet of Speaker Johnson.
Well, Kate, I think a lot of Republicans would say, and it's a little bit more than an eye missing, one of the factors that I think a lot of Republicans had an issue with was all the money that was going to lawyers just so they could process some of these parolees, these migrants seeking asylum who probably aren't eligible for asylum, but that was one of the big issues. I'll just give you a chance to respond to David there.
I mean, quite frankly, Joe Biden and the America Last Democrats have made our entire nation a sanctuary country. So the audacity to try to push forth a bill while you do not want to protect those in your own nation is despicable. It's not a wonder that he doesn't want to pass it. He's trying to do his job and protect the American people. Protecting the American people is of the utmost importance. That is your actual job, not to only protect other countries. So I don't agree with that. I think he is doing his job, and he should keep going until they present something that they can actually agree on that would protect our nation, period.
All right, let's talk about last night's special elections. There were actually a couple of them. The one that got the most attention, though, was in New York. Democrat Tom Suozzi defeated Republican challenger Mazi Pilip. That's New York's 3rd district. Suozzi is going to succeed former Republican Congressman George Santos. While the victory won't affect control of the Republican-led House, it will further shrink the GOP's narrow majority. And also, Suozzi touted early voting and his stance on abortion as part of his keys to success in this race. He also promised to work across the aisle on border security, immigration. But I think, David, this is one thing that Democrats have going for them that Republicans don't, is the early voting and the mail-in voting. It was also the situation in Pennsylvania in a very kind of small, not a national scale. It didn't get a lot of attention, but there was a state race in Pennsylvania that focused a lot on mail-in voting. And, is this why Democrats feel confident going into 2020? Because they do seem to have the advantage when it comes to early voting, mail-in voting, and those things.
No, I think the advantage is the fact that in Long Island, in District 3, what we saw was the migrant issue, immigration became front and center. And what happens? You have a member or someone trying to run for Congress saying, elect me to Congress and I will do absolutely nothing to fix your problem. I will try to impeach someone. I'll try to blame the president. I'll try to blame the senators. I'll blame everyone else but myself. So it's funny that they argue about, we got to secure the border. We got to secure the border. But then they do nothing other than say, oh, Donald Trump doesn't want us to do it, so we're not going to do anything. So I think the Republicans have a real serious problem. They've got a lot of opportunities, but they're not able to seize on any of them. Even this polling that we see. We keep seeing polling that shows, Biden not doing well against Donald Trump. But what's happened is we see Democrats continue to win the elections. So, polling is important, but elections are an even better indicator. And why are Democrats winning? It's not because they're so amazing and so great. They're just putting forth solutions while Republicans are just pointing out the problems.
Well, I think there's some other factors, and, there's always, multiple ways to look at these special elections. We're going to have to take a quick commercial break, but Kate and David are coming back with us. We're going to talk more about Customs and Border Protection releasing a lot of folks into the United States, and also